The stream is live.
Allegedly. I mean, it's until the campers tell us, you know.
Right. So who'd
Bullshit.
you?
As I've gum on my I love that I'm looking at the Talking Shop chat, and they're talking about Festus and his return to wrestling. Big deal. Shook the world of professional wrestling.
I mean, you know, 'tis Festus. I think the freezing is on my end. What in the blue hell is going on?
Your bad connection over there. You gotta. It's a. I don't want to be, you know, it's a girl thing, but like you probably haven't rebooted your computer since, 2023. So it's
Incorrect, sir.
probably
Incorrect,
on
sir.
your side.
Incorrect, sir. I haven't rebooted in 24 hours.
So it says we're live. So that's a good. Hold on. All right, I got the YouTube up. All right, there you are.
Okay, so
I see you. We got a slight delay, but we're here.
We're there.
I think so.
Find it.
We've got a chat. I'm gonna throw the actual link to the Bubba Boys and see if anybody pops on over. I'm gonna check the Facebook. If you are watching, thank you guys for getting the early part of us before we figure out what the F we're doing here. But we're new, so I mean, thanks for checking it out. If you want to, you can leave your comments are live. If you guys want to interact with us, you can do that. If you have any questions, my friend Ashley here was at AEW in beautiful Sin City just a couple of days ago, and has some thoughts, which I can't wait because.
Oh, Ashley has thoughts.
Well, listen, you are not doing a good. You're perpetuating the stereotype. You know.
I do have thoughts. I'm not like those fake girls in the front row.
I was going to say you're going to let a lot of little girls in the front row down. If
no, those fake girls in the front row who were with Andrade but weren't with Andrade.
So here's the thing: they did that angle a few years ago, and I forget who it was, but when they had the original baddies, would
Jade.
come down. Was it? It was Jade. Yeah, it was when Jade Cargill was still in AEW. Thank you. See, this is why it's good to have, I don't know if you know this, guys. Girls have a really good memory when it comes to stuff that happened years ago. They could just like that, just bring it right back. But yeah, so it was Jade Cargill had the baddies, and actually one of my friends was one of the baddies, and so I mean, it's wrestling does tend to recycle itself over and over again, but they're just as real. I mean. Look, they're just as real as everything else in wrestling, and just as real as most girls. Oh, why is he? Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Don't start, bro.
It's way too early. Well, it's way too late. It's Friday nights.
It is late. It's not like we're going to keep you guys forever because, a girl does have things to do. A guy has things to do. We got you.
Well, now it looks like I did lock up, at least on the YouTube.
I see us on YouTube. It's delayed. I'm looking.
Yeah, I mean, we're a couple seconds behind, but I mean, listen, as long as you can hear me, I mean, that's the important thing.
I can hear you.
Keeping it rolling.
Yep. I shared it with some people, so maybe they'll pop into. So let's see what happens.
Absolutely. No, but we're it's a big day for the Falcons Nest guys. Thank you for coming to support this wing of the Nest as we are trying to get content out there. Big day for the big LG. His son is making his professional wrestling debut. I was lucky enough to be there when a bright-eyed, oh Christ, what was his Dorian DeVille made his debut in Shinston, West Virginia, or whatever town we were in a nearly 7-foot Doc Gallows comes in, barely legal Doc Gallows, beautiful hair, just flowing. You wouldn't recognize him.
Stop, not with the hair. I love to hear it.
Listen, I mean, we talk a little bit because Festus came back 16 years later and had just as much hair as he did 16 years ago. So and there's some people can pull that look off. Thankfully, I'm the kind of guy that has a mohawk in my 40s, so I don't really have the high ground here as far as hair. unless you're into that kind of thing. So I'm not throwing stones at my shiny head good brothers.
Very good.
Would never.
Don't do that. Don't harsh the vibe, man. Don't harsh the vibe.
So you were there though. You were in Vegas. You were in Vegas for AEW on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Made some headlines. The crowd was a little rambunctious at times, using some curses.
Yes. It was lovely. It was quite lovely. Yes. Are you still there? Because on all my stuff, you were frozen. Like
I know we were having this conversation. Like
go.
I see me in. Okay, we're fine.
We're flowing. We're just gonna ignore it. Anyway.
Dave's here. The campers are coming. I found them eventually.
Hi, babies. They like when I say that.
Ashley is a little bit of a unicorn for professional wrestling, because if you've been to a professional wrestling show, especially now, it's a little, we could use a little more estrogen. We'll put it that way. So, and she knows more about wrestling than I do, which is, I mean, in my defense, I get dropped on my head a lot, but that's why she pulled out the baddies reference right out of the gate. Just put me in my place.
It's relative. Well, no. So yes, I did go to AEW on Wednesday, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. Not going to overdo. First of all, I've been in a slump, and if it's one thing that gets me out of the slump, like just really blah. Wrestling gets me out of my blah. Rather, if it's me doing the stuff that I do in my other group. Shout out to AON if you guys are on here. Love you guys. If I'm not doing my content for that, I kind of get a little blah. So I have been blessed to have a bestie who will be like, hey, I got you. We'll go I'll get the tickets. We're going to go. So we had some awesome tickets. And the first dark match was Kenny King from TNA / ROH / ABC, because he was on that show. I got to do my fangirl, and also of FSW fame, because I'm out here in Vegas. Love Future Stars of Wrestling.
Shout out Joe DeFalco, my good brother out there in Vegas.
All right, Mr. Joe, he's a really nice guy. But yeah, he was the first match. I got to fangirl like crazy, and I posted my little fangirl video, and yeah, now I'm getting like people who I've never thought would actually see my post see it, so it was pretty cool. The show was actually it was really good. A lot of people I heard were concerned about the sound, but that sound in there is actually loud. It might not have came off on TV. I've watched it back. It sounded a little off, but it was loud in there. We all had a good time. My area was in the mezzanine, so I was just off the floor. I was behind West Side Guns area and all those girls I was talking about earlier. So I was able
baddies, to see the recycled baddies. I don't want to, they were. I'm sure they're lovely.
Okay, I'm gonna let it go. Well, one of them I'm not too happy with because of what she posted. She said the F word. She said the F word. We don't use the F word, so that was a no-no. But the MJF,
well, she also buried the business too, which I mean, listen.
Yeah, like
I understand, but
if I see you, girl, it's on. That's all I gotta say.
On site. She says on site.
On site. But yeah, MJF
we got like five hood people listening to us. So like, oh, these guys from the streets. I'm like, oh, Penn Hills represent.
I'm from Flint, so
see.
I'm just saying.
A little street cred.
I may have went to private school, but I could snap. Just saying.
Oh,
don't ever use the F word. Don't ever use the F word when you're talking about wrestling.
No,
it's not F.
No, and listen, you'll hear me talk about this a lot, and if you follow wrestling, you understand it. As a great wise man once said, it ain't ballet we're doing out there.
Thank you.
And the analogy I've always used for wrestling, people throw out the F word or whatever like that, will say, well, I say, look, I played football. A lot of people, you watch football and you're a running back and you see that linebacker about to lay you out. Like you see him coming, he's going to hit you, it's going to hurt. it doesn't make it hurt any less just to know that that might be coming. Like just because
Thank
you know
you.
it's just because you know you're gonna get hit doesn't mean you still didn't get hit. Doesn't mean it still doesn't hurt. And that's something that me and my triple fusion neck will
Mm,
attest to. That yeah. So yeah, I'm glad
yeah.
that Betty. Yeah, there you go.
Just like I said,
Get
it's
her.
on
Go
site,
get her.
lady. It's on site, lady. But yeah, no, but I did enjoy that match a lot. Thank you. My beverage is coming. Thank you. Cheers.
She's
Um,
important. Listen, we'll do one. Listen, I know we got one sober brother in the of the good brothers, but that's all right. I mean,
mm,
we'll make up for it. We'll do what we can.
we do what we
Cheers, guys.
can.
Happy Friday night.
But yeah, getting back to the matches, the Andrade Kenny Omega match, really good.
Amazing
Really,
match.
really good. Probably my favorite match of the night. Collision was great as well. I don't do spoilers. I will just say that I do wish they would have at least let me see the backyard match. I gotta watch it with everybody else tomorrow. Um
Ah,
yeah, but overall the show was really good. I am a Willow and Harley fan, so I was, pretty sad that they didn't win, but hopefully that just means that when it's time for the real match that they're gonna maintain their titles. Post show, yes, I am the fan of this crew, so of course my job is to get the photos, and I am always on a good photo hunt. So let's see. The highlight, I got Hangman Adam Page.
there you go.
I now
Banger.
I have the Bucks. Of course, I have the boys. Um, I just need Kenny, and I basically have the whole elite thing going on my pictures. I feel like one day the Kenny one's gonna happen when at least expect it. So I'm always prepared, and if you ever see me at wrestling, yes, I do dress extra because I always want to be prepared with the good, cool outfit on. Check out the vlog I did on my personal YouTube page if you want to see what actually did happen at AEW from my POV. I got to shout out to Will Washington for taking time to talk to me about bringing my authentic self to my podcast.
Look at
Who
this.
else did I meet? Jeez. Oh, I got to take a picture with Mina, which was amazing because she was walking out, but she was really cool. And I wanted to meet her, and I didn't get to meet her at Con last time. But overall, the night was really nice. The best part of the entire night actually had nothing to do with the wrestling at all. There was a older couple who came from Mesquite, and it was their first AEW event. And prior to the show, we were just sitting out on the casino floor, and they were playing, and we were just chit chatting. And then after the show, my best friend and I were walking around, and we ran into the little couple. And the little couple asked me, did I enjoy the show? And I would tell them, of course, blah, blah, blah. Did they enjoy their first AEW show? And they were wanting to know when should they come back. And the wife, she shows me the pictures that she got. She got a picture with Kevin Knight, and she goes, but I really just love Dante. And I was like, oh, I just saw him. He was hanging out with a few of the other wrestlers. Maybe you'll see him. I was like, I just saw where they were. And sure enough, here comes MVP and Kenny King and Dante Martin and a few other people. And she starts screaming, Dante, Dante. And he stops and he talks to her and takes a picture. And I say, hey, it was her first AEW. And to see not just her face like shine super bright, but to see him be so sweet and kind. And then she made me take a picture with them. And I'm just like, this is such, a great experience, to have your first live TV experience at a new company.
Absolutely.
So, they were like, when do we come back? How do we find out stuff? And, so I'm giving them little details like, oh, a lot of them will be back again in April. And, just stay on the website and just come back and visit. I'll run into you. So that was honestly the best part of the night.
And I think that's one of the things. If you're comparing AEW to some other promotions, one of the things, and obviously I'm going to say this as an indie guy, One of the things I like about some of those shows is how much more accessible the boys
Mhm.
are. You never used to have this kind of access before. Now, obviously, with social media and kind of where we are just as a society, you're going to have a little more interaction than you might have had back in the 70s and 80s when it comes to getting a chance to talk to the superstars. Speaking of the 70s and 80s, legendary promoter Herb Simmons and conventions, by the way, Ashley, if you're not doing anything at the beginning of May, Herb is Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling. There's a wrestling fan fest happening out there May 8th and 9th. Easy flight in. A lot of great old school legends have already been confirmed for it. There's a wrestling show attached to it. I might be there. We're working on some of the activities, but we like the old school guys. And
That's
Herb
my
is
birthday weekend, by the way,
there you go, Herb. You got to
because
you got
my
to comp
birthday
her.
is
You got
on
to
the
comp.
11th.
I'll get
So
her a press pass.
I'm just saying, looking for presents for Ashley. I'm telling you now.
It's hey. And, but listen, I'll say this: if if you're watching and you haven't gone to like some of those conventions, go. We're talking
Mhm.
about accessibility, and a lot of these guys we never got to talk to when we were kids and all that stuff, and they're still around and they're still there, and now they want to tell stories, and their stories are absolutely amazing. Go to the Cauliflower Alley Club, join, support the old school brothers. Go to the Wrestling Hall of Fame out there in Iowa. There's a great event at Waterloo where the Luthez Hall of Fame is. Go to Herb's Fan Fest in Southern Illinois, Championship Wrestling. There's another one that I'm forgetting about out. There's a bunch of them. And obviously around WrestleMania weekend in Vegas, Ash, there's going to be
Oh my gosh.
several conventions happening there. So
Yes.
you got to work out the itinerary.
I'm not even gonna try this time. We tried that last time. My best friend even had like a map. He had a spreadsheet. He had it down, right? I'm like,
It's one
nope.
of those like one of those dads at Disney
It's
World. It's like,
so
okay,
hard.
8:45, we have to be on
It
Space
was
Mountain. At 9:12,
hilarious,
we
but
got to be on.
he got it all checked off. It was
It never
awesome.
works like that. Never works.
Well, I saw today Tonga kids coming, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what? So there's if you follow WrestleCon, they're going to tell you all the people are coming to WrestleCon. I am actually going to Natty's book signing as a gift. So I'm getting
That
Natty's
is
book.
awesome.
Yeah, I get to meet Natty. So I'm super excited about that.
She's a sweetheart. TJ's awesome. They were actually speaking of, they were at
They were at Cauliflower Alley and I missed
that's what
them.
it was.
But
It was in Vegas. Where were
I
you?
will.
It's your
Okay,
hometown. Like,
life is lifing right now, okay? But I definitely want to get there. I'm telling you, when life is lifing, but I'm gonna meet Natty. Yay! Got to find something pink to wear that day because you got to match. Um, got to have the perfect bag. You got to have it all down. I'm my schedule this year for Mania week is going to be totally different than last year. Like last year, I was like, I got to go to the
should
shows.
be.
I'm not
Awesome.
paying for the shows this year. This year, I might do pool parties, might do some other stuff. But yeah, like I said it was going to be a once in a lifetime experience. It was my early birthday present to myself, my early graduation from grad school. So it was like a present to myself. This year, it's like I have the days off and I'm just going to see what happens. I'm just going to get lucky.
There's
And
nothing wrong
that's
with
all
that.
that matters.
Vegas is the kind of town where you can get lucky and
Oh my gosh.
lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
We're actually in the chat. Slim Majors is talking about WrestleCade. WrestleCade's another one of those great ones, Slim. And like you said, wrestling fans are some of the best people. And just as a community, as you see a lot of the same people at a lot of the same conventions, and that's great because you guys, you start to remember each other. You start to have that,
Right.
again, that kind of camaraderie and stuff like that.
And what's nice is too now because I am in different groups, we'll message each other. I'm like, hey, there's this party. It's gonna cost X amount, or hey, I don't know if you're going to be out this way, but this is going on. Or if you're ever out our way, let me know. So you're starting, you just start to meet people, or even like because I do go from time to time to the FSW events, right? So I'll like see people who I start recognize from there. We'll see each other. Hey, what's up? What's going on? How have you been? It's been a long time. And that's usually about it. But like being able to just, you have that extra community when you go out. And then to,
Right.
again, the local wrestlers. My God, I love Chris Bay. I love that kid. Like,
You have to.
he's one of my top 10 most favorite people in the entire world. And to see Brittany out there, his girlfriend, to see her out there on AEW this week twice,
Yeah.
was awesome. To see her perform. I love to see her perform. I love how they are for each other. I was able to go to the true Forbidden Door show, the Benefit for Bay, out here. And oh, it was, you laughed, you cried, you enjoyed the show. But his story keeps me going. If I'm having a bad day, I look for a Chris Bay quote. Or I'll turn on my Chris Bay Spotify, but and also Bullet Club, Too Sweet, you guys, love you. But he also is just like, again, like I said, those local people. So if you see your local wrestlers out, they're approachable. They're gonna thank you for being their fan and take that time to talk to you, sign that autograph. And then you might see some other wrestlers who are not independent anymore, and they might not, number one, contractually, they might not be able to do that, or number two, they're just not going to do it, or number three, they're going to ask for a shit ton of money to do it.
Listen.
And so it's like, you have to appreciate the wrestlers that you have an attachment to. And sometimes you do have to pay. It's no big deal.
Got to brother up to them, that's all.
If you are, if you're a genuine human being, they're going to see that. Do not follow these people in bathrooms or as they're trying to rush out to catch their plane. That's annoying. But no, basically at the end of the day, go to your local shows, go to the cons if you can. You never know. We went to one con out here and we ended up with tickets to 4 straight days of TNA because the wrestlers were giving them out.
Listen, well, I think I remember that because TNA had one of their biggest venues. I think they did an event there. I was out there for that.
Several.
And, yeah, and they did. It was great. Actually, I think that was when Naomi went back to.
This is a whole nother one.
Oh, all right.
Like a couple years before that, yeah.
So listen, I get dropped on my head a little bit, so sometimes my timelines are always going to be messed up because you've been around wrestling as long as I have. Sometimes you don't remember exactly when it happened. Navia, we're talking about Future Stars of Wrestling. It's a independent promotion in Las Vegas. So if you guys are heading out that way for WrestleMania week, there are a ton of great promotions that are all going to be kind of running right on top of each other that week. But like Ashley kind of said, map it out, do the best you can. There are a lot of guys that you have a rare opportunity to see that you might not get a chance to see live. So check them out. I mean,
a lot of guys and girls who definitely try to support. There's going to be GCW, Ashe Wrestling. What haven't I seen? I heard Westside Gunn's bringing his back out. FSW is in their venue out for tons of events. So like say you wake up in the middle of the night, there's going to be a show. There'll be shows at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. If you're a night owl, if you're, somebody who's a daytime person, there'll be shows. If you just want to like walk around, you're going to see people.
You'll see them.
It's not that hard. There's a food fest going on. People are going to go to food fest. There's Fremont Street. There's all kinds of stuff. So come to Vegas, enjoy yourself. Yes, it costs money to be here, but it's totally worth it. It can be a once, twice, billion times.
There are ways to do, and there are ways to do Vegas cheap. There are ways to do Vegas on the cheap. I didn't used to have money, but I used to love Vegas. So you had to find ways to, back in the day, the 99-cent shrimp cocktail kind of gimmicks and stuff like that. You could figure out ways to make it happen and everything like that. But
absolutely.
To Ashley's point, if you are coming to Vegas, maybe you need some commentary for your event. I know a couple of people, locals, if you will, to the Las Vegas metropolitan area, that have microphones and will travel. So
nice.
I'll be there. I like to work, kids. So
Yeah.
look out
Like
for
I
your
said,
boy.
there's contests, so we want a WWE contest.
For,
And we down on Fremont Street, we won a WWE contest. They were looking for people who were friends, and we got to do a private quick meet and greet with Carmelo and Michin.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff that happens. Like they'll have was it Culture Kings and Caesars? They will
Yes.
do a whole line of clothes like they did this last time, and then people did VIP for that, or you could just hang out there. So I mean,
I love that we were supposed to be talking about AEW and you being there, and all of a sudden this is like turned into like an infomercial for Las Vegas.
it is. Well, I'm
Listen,
just saying, come to
tourism is
Vegas and
down right
hang out
now.
with me and be more friends.
It's been a rough year. A lot of people are priced out of Vegas. We need to get people back. We need to bring Vegas back to where it used to be. So
Just saying.
we get a little kickback for that. That's okay. Thank you to the Las Vegas Tourism Board for
Exactly.
sponsoring the show.
Now back to AEW.
Well, listen,
What
I
do
know
you
you're a
want to
WWE
know
fan
about
as well.
AEW? What do you want to know?
It's fine. I think you did a great job with that, and I'm happy you got to see them live and get a chance to talk to the guys, and now you're friends with Kenny King. The WWE has one of the more interesting and I would say unexpected things happening now with the World Championship scene, where you didn't expect it to be Roman and CM Punk for that. There were little Easter eggs dropped there, but that is not the matchup that most people thought would be one of the kind of main events for WrestleMania. What do you think of that? Because I know we got some people hurt and everything like that, but this is as far as WWE goes, a lot of things typically get clarified around the Royal Rumble as you're on the road to WrestleMania. So a little bit of a curveball from the Fed.
I kind of like it because it's like there's it's another chapter, if you will. It's that chapter of the last remaining Shield members and CM Punk, and he's already had his deal with Seth, and now he's doing his deal with Roman. So maybe they'll be able to close that chapter. Do I think Roman's going to win? I don't know yet. I don't know.
Is that the best wrestling though? Like where a lot of times you see matches and you kind of who's going to win. Not in the wrestling predetermined way of knowing who's going to win. Just from a story standpoint or from a character standpoint or from a this makes the most sense kind of standpoint for what the presentation is. You kind of know who's going to win. You've had some situations recently where you weren't so sure. We could talk a little bit about Uncle Alan and Gunther and how people were no way it's going to be AJ's last match, or they got to figure something out. There's no way they can let him go at the very beginning of the year. We expected that John Cena run where he said 2026 is going to be my last year of wrestling, and nobody expected the very beginning of 2026.
But did you watch his interview with Stephanie this week?
No, I wasn't emotionally ready for it yet.
I shouldn't have listened to it today at work because
apart, right?
I was not okay after hearing him say what his little girl said. And now it makes sense why he went home. His little girl said people say to her all the time that it's really cool that her dad's AJ Styles, but she just wishes he was home.
Well,
I was like, I can't do any more work.
and Uncle AJ is, yeah. Well, I mean, and you and I talked about this a little bit last week. What else does AJ Styles have to prove to professional wrestling? The answer is nothing. I mean, there's nothing he did not do, career-wise, success-wise. Like he's like, we talk about the Mount Rushmores of wrestling all the time. As far as your overall performers in the history of the professional wrestling business, he's probably on a lot of people's Mount Rushmore.
Correct. Yeah. And I was looking at something on the internet today, and it was like, he's the only one to have championships in TNA, in WWE, New Japan, and then I think it was one more place it said, and I was just like, not many people can say that. Top championships, the champ. It's like, No, so he's accomplished a lot, and we are very grateful and thankful. But like I said, the fan of me did not want it to be last Saturday. The
But the
fan of
point
me
is
was like, give
there
me
was
give
some
me
doubt
some more
there.
months.
We didn't know who was going to win that, and that's when I
True.
believe wrestling is the best, where you're telling that story where we don't know what's going to happen here. You know what I
True.
mean? And that's kind of where you need it to be. That's when the crowd is the most invested, because we're all waiting for that kind of other shoe to drop, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. So yeah, I mean, Punk and Roman is certainly an example of that. Um, I would say Punk has to win that, which that's a tough spot for Roman to be in. But Roman's days of being a full time top guy have been kind of waning anyway.
True.
Uh,
True.
without AJ there now, it's they're going to have to elevate a couple of people. The Sami Zayns and the LA Knights of the world are going to have to get a little more of an opportunity at the top prize over there. But that's something that we deal with in wrestling all the time. New Japan
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling right now is going through a major transition where a lot of their top guys, starting with Okada, starting with AJ really, but like starting with Okada in the past year and a half or 2 years or so out there, with Tanahashi retiring,
Yeah.
now Hiromu's leaving, now Evil's going, Naito's gone, Bushi's gone, so Jeff Cobb is gone. Like, they
Yeah.
lost a lot of their guys that were the guys.
Did I tell
So
you my funny Jeff Cobb story?
there are lots of funny Jeff Cobb stories. So I will never say no. Please tell
And
everybody
this
your Jeff
is
Cobb story.
AEW related. So they were out here for Double or Nothing a few years ago. And we were sitting waiting for Penta and Ray Phoenix and Alex Abrahantes to do their signing at one of the stores, and you go in, get their t-shirt, whatever. And so we're just sitting there. Keith Lee, Jeff Cobb walk in. I was like, hey guys, can I get a picture? And they're like, yeah, I can get on the way back. So as they were coming back, they called me over to do my picture or whatever. And Keith Lee goes, do you know somebody just said, oh my God, there goes Samoa Joe. And
To Jeff Cobb?
to Jeff Cobb.
I mean,
lost it. I lost it because honestly, they don't look alike.
no.
And yeah, so we all had a good laugh, took some pictures, and yeah.
Listen,
That's my
I
Jeff
will
Cobb story.
Herb, thank you for being here. Wayne Palmer is I believe a Hall of Famer now, right? Or what? Wayne Palmer is a legendary wrestling photographer who I got a chance to hang out with, and we actually bunked up together out there in Waterloo, I think. My first time down there, so it was a great experience. He is in Aruba, and for some reason, there's nothing else to do in Aruba besides watch my dumb face. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate you being.
Hey, thank
you.
Coming
Thank
out.
you all for, again, we're brand new at this. So, and we have some different ideas, and obviously we want to hear from you guys as far as what you want us to talk about, because when it comes to professional wrestling, you are not, I'll do this all day. Like, there's nothing I love more than the wrestling business, being both a performer and being a fan. So we will always talk about this. I am glad that CJ did great down there in his debut match. It's a part of the Good Brother family, so that's a great deal on a Friday night to
yeah. That's awesome. I'm telling you, like, talent is out there, and it's coming from all the generations. And someone actually posted that they think that CJ may be better than his papa.
see, this is why the internet can be a problem. So
Not the internet, the nest.
I don't think I like this internal struggle that you're instigating. This is why we don't let girls come around wrestling.
For what I told you, I have several characters, and one of my little characters, she's a little gossip. So sometimes I gotta let her come out.
Just living the gimmick over here on the podcast.
Yes. Imagine if I actually did get to be like a manager valet in real life.
Have you thought about like ever
I
like trying to
have.
like do any of this stuff?
I
Like,
have, but I'm old. And
listen, one of the
and
guys
from
when I
my
was 18,
understanding,
stop
you
it.
still have to put rings together and go through training. And yeah, I'm clumsy. I have flat feet and I'm old. I just
I'll
want to
say this.
stand there.
Let's
Maybe
let
throw
me
a
say this.
weapon.
You can do that. I tell people all the time, listen, wrestling is hard. It is. The actual like the art of professional wrestling is hard. Anybody can pick you up and throw you down. That's not what wrestling is. There's a lot more involved than that. However, if you're in the theater, you know what I mean? Not everybody
Mhm.
is an actor. We need stagehands. We need prop design. We need set people. We need, like if you want to be involved, they'll find a way to make it to have you help. And that's something that to anybody out there that
Mhm.
maybe you're a little worried about being an actual in-ring performer, go sweep the floor. Like seriously, work concessions, be around the boys, do whatever you can do to contribute to the wrestling business because we need all of you. I mean, at the end of the day, there's there's only one heavyweight champion,
Exactly. That's true.
but we need other people involved there to put that show together. So please, if that's how I broke into the business. There was a local independent wrestling company in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that I saw on the TV at like 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night after ECW. Went down to one of their shows and old school. Hey, can I help? You can sweep the floor. Hey, we need a ring announcer this week. Come on,
Mhm.
kid. Hey, do a backstage interview with this guy. We'll put it on, the thing. But be around. It's one of the things these guys all the time are like, well, how do I get on the show? Like, I don't have anything booked. I'm going to Vegas and bring your gear. You know what
Bring
I
it
mean? You
here.
never
I've
know. But
heard that.
but I'll tell you this: you're not going to get booked on your couch. If you want a
Very
chance to get booked, go show up. Like you said, help with the ring. Do whatever you can do to kind of listen. I know that's an old school
Yeah.
approach, but
And
I'm
I
an old
and I
school. I'm the
honestly
last
I
of the old
do
school. What am I going to say? I'm
I
living the
do
gimmick too.
like the old school approach to especially for someone who wants to be a wrestler. I think it's good for them to know the ground up. I really do. As someone who, like I said, being a little bit older and being the clumsy person and uncoordinated person that I am, I know my limits. So if I ever did pursue outside of the things that I do, I would definitely
Dude,
I do. um it would be kind of similar to some of the stuff that I'm doing now or wanting to get into. And then volunteer like, hey, so Ring Girl didn't show up, need someone to sing the anthem.
there you go.
Need somebody to introduce the matches, need just someone to stand there and look cute. That is my line, but I'm not gonna hit you.
You might.
I'm not gonna get hit.
Mel,
But
where
yeah,
do they have 100 milligram drinks? By the way, I'm in Pennsylvania. They don't have that level of
I don't know because
you can't get that
wherever
brothered up that fast. But
no
I
Mel
do
Mel has
appreciate. It's
the
a
time
Friday
by
night.
himself.
I don't like how judgmental the chat room's being right now. My man's just trying to get after it and catch up.
Where? Who? Which one? Which one? Oh.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I love you, babies, though, for real. Be nice.
No, you got to build your tolerance up. That's an
Yeah,
important factor here.
but I can't do that. No, no thanks. That
Listen,
was a part of the conversation in Machine Gun Radio the other morning.
yeah, but you're doing this, and
Well,
even
that's
just
different.
even this
It's
is like
easy.
one of the things I love about doing commentary or cutting promos. It's always been kind of like I've always been better talking than I am working. So, but one of the things I like about commentary is your literal job is to just put the boys over. It's your
Yeah,
job is to,
it's
call the
super
action, but
easy.
also like, well, I mean, I've been lucky enough to work with some decent like commentators and everything like that too. But yeah, I mean, but it's a way to kind of promote the business. Like I've got
I
guys
see
that are
things are easy because I like to talk. Like I go live on my social. I make, videos and do stuff. I did the theater stuff. So for me, it's like when people are like, I don't want to push live, dude, push the button. Let's
Listen,
go.
I said it but you can't be a content creator if you don't create content, and it's one of the
Right.
hardest
Just
things.
push the
Like,
button.
I get it. Like, I'm an ambivert. So I'm a very introverted
Same.
person in real life, whatever that is. But I have this job. You know what I mean? Where like I've been in my underwear in front of 10,000 people and stuff. You tend to have to switch into a different gear.
I have
So,
RBF, so I get it.
I don't think so. Who told you that?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, the amount of times I've heard you just come you when you look at you, you seem unapproachable, but you're so nice. I'm like, I have RBF.
You're a pretty girl. You should smile more.
Oh, I love that one. And I'm like,
Roundhouse kick people.
yeah.
Look, Dave, you can paint. Listen, make flyers. I mean, paint and draw. And like, listen, we need an intro video for the podcast that I have been slacking off and not doing. So let's get get a little 30-second like graphic together. And
Yeah, we need a title.
Well, that too. And then what's the name of your show? I'm like, we haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, I got asked that on Wednesday. I'm like, dude, we could do an episode. Like, come on.
Well, we're waiting on Chad Too Bad is going to try to figure out a way to bring all of the Falcons together here, I think. So we're mostly just treating these like kind of pilot shows and test shows and everything like that. And thank you guys.
I'm the girl. We're having fun.
I'm the girl.
I'm the girl.
I mean, not to pigeonhole you, but no, you don't listen. You shouldn't feel anything. Slim, I'm I just started the gummies and stuff like that, but I'm a 10 milligram like sleepy boy. Like I'm not used to any of that stuff. I'll drink.
Here's what we're not gonna do.
I'll drink 30 Jaeger bombs and keep it going. But that's
Here's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do that.
We're trying to get past that. You're not gonna do what?
We're not gonna do that either.
No. Listen, hey, you're not rushing my fraternity. I'm not. There's no pressure. You know what? There's no. There's no hazing. It's not.
Yeah,
like back in the day.
I had a Jaeger and I was like, oh dear God, that's no, never again.
I was oh my God. I was in Vegas. Of course, most of my stories are I was in Vegas. I became really good friends with a guy named Hank. Hank's dad is a guy named Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hedig. So Hank and his mom, Kurt's widow, come to some of those conventions, and Hank and I hit it off pretty much around gargling Jack Daniels and me almost murdering that kid with Jaeger bombs one night at the Plaza Hotel in beautiful downtown Las Vegas.
The Plaza.
So, well, again, you know Vegas, if you know the right people and you go to the right places, you don't have to pay $20 a beer out there. Vegas is one of the best places in the universe to be a brother, because if you brother the right people in Vegas, you just have that experience.
We're gonna include the ladies and sister it up.
Well, Hank loved me right away because he knew he can go with me, and he knew that we were going to go, catch up, so to speak. But Hank his dad was one of the old school guys that would do the Jack Daniels and they would gargle the Jack Daniels kind of thing. So we were doing
those stories.
So we were gargling Jack Daniels and then chasing that with a Jaeger bomb. It was a simpler time, people. And I'm not by any means condoning this behavior. We should all be smarter than that. Mm-hmm. In my defense, I used to get hit in the head with steel chairs and Samoans a lot in my younger days. So sometimes I don't always make the best choices.
My college years were spent a many a night at Bowling Green State University having some
Bowling Green,
as Cody would say, some libations.
not to cut you off, but I'm on a roll because listen, I'm the poster child for ADHD, even when I'm not talking about wrestling and super excited. We've got you out there. First of all, I'm going to be out there. Do we have any sort of and Drewski or Dave or one of you guys can Do we have a Falcons Nest meetup or like any sort of like
Wish
kind
I
of?
could see these comments.
You should be able to. That's if
Nothing
you're in the
likes me. Well, we're good.
you're
Keep
in the
going.
studio. It's if you have the studio, it should be popping up in the studio on the side there. Or
Never mind.
she found them. It's okay, everybody. It's okay. Crisis averted.
It is
She found
unicorn. Hi, didn't push the
Ash-
button.
Ashley found the chat room. Everybody,
I found the
all
chat.
bets are off.
Hi,
But no,
chat.
guys, somebody be in charge of this. Put together some sort of Falcons Nest stuff out there. I imagine the boys will be out there as well. I don't know what they have planned. I know Rocky will
The
be out there.
17th of April.
They're coming the 17th. You already you got their schedule.
They're doing Juggalo. They said it's like it, and from what I saw, that it show is at 11 p.m.
All right, Joe Dombrowski. Are we doing commentator for that? Or not? I'm coming. You don't think I'll kick Vita out of the chair? I will. No, you guys are amazing there. But shout out to my buddy Joe Dombrowski. If you guys, he got a shout out on Jim Cornette's podcast this week. If you guys are looking for old school, like diamond in the rough, like wrestling matches and that kind of stuff, Joe has one of the best libraries of like old school, like anything you can't find on like the WWE network or like these places. Joe has that stuff. So if you're looking for any sort of matches, reach out to Joe Dombrowski. He's one of the best commentators in wrestling. He's also got the best, I would say, independent library of anybody I've ever talked to in my life when it comes to wrestling. And he's also one of the best. He's one of the biggest wrestling fans ever. So shout out, Joe. Look, I'm putting you over on my podcast. Call me. He's a good guy. No, but yeah, if the boys are going to be out there the 17th, I'm sure we could hopefully put something together. Like, I'm the new guy here. So yeah, if they're doing Juggalo, then I was telling the story. I think I told it in the nest where my first Juggalo championship wrestling experience, well, championship wrestling, I apologize, was back when a young wrestler called the Wife Beater was one of the guys wrestling for Juggalo championship. It was a young Chris Hero doing a Wife Beater gimmick, wrestling a guy I think called Mr. Meaner. Mr. Meaner.
I do remember hearing
like this
that.
is again, guys. This is when Hero was.
It's like late 90s, early 2000s.
This is early 2000s. Had to be because.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and so it was 20. I want to say 28 years or so ago. Oh my god.
Yeah, because I recall because we were at one of the dorms and someone was like, "Oh, I heard Insane Cloud Posse's doing wrestling." And I was like, "Huh?" And somebody started bringing that up. So
listen, if you don't think the boys can get us to have like some sort of baddie section at Juggalo Championship in Vegas, if you don't think we can make that a thing, where
I mean,
we know some people. We know some people on this show. We could make some calls here, boys.
I mean, I feel like if we're all going to be there together, we all have to see each other sometime doing something.
Listen, I am not the organizer. It's one of the reasons why there's no set time for this podcast yet.
Exactly. I'm like, are you ready? No. What are you doing?
Slim, it is, man. It's facts.
Then it's like random conversations, and it's like, oh yeah, I guess I could have saved that for the pod. Are we having
people? Well, again, we don't know. We don't have a format yet, so we're just like, hi, we're people like wrestling. Here's what happened.
Fun.
Yeah. So we, a little bit about what happened in the actual sport of professional wrestling this week, and now we're setting up swinger parties in Vegas for WrestleMania weekend. It's going to be awesome. What do you think we were doing? Oh, I'm sorry.
I will say, I'm actually like kind of shy in person at the beginning.
Well, that's where
or I might see you and start screaming out of nowhere because I'm excited to see you. So you guys have a lot to look forward to if you make it here.
I am used to both women being terrified of me and also women running up and screaming at me. And there's a pretty big gap between those experiences. We'll be all right. Slim, I agree with you, man.
Friends, I love you all. Double deodorizing cologne, please. Thank you.
Double deodorize.
Thank you.
Keep on.
I have a story, but I'm not going to do it because it's Friday night and we're going to have a good time. But just know that, stinky teenagers.
You want to talk about Stinky Brothers? I mean, we are not the kind of podcast that buries people here.
No,
I get enough
sneaky.
heat. I get enough heat without it. We got to make sure we keep this good, especially
No,
if we're going to
oh
try
my
to.
Lanta, a shy screamer.
Well,
No,
listen,
I opened that door. I opened that door.
listen. If you do it right, I mean
I
that's
opened
kind
that
of the
door.
goal, isn't it, boys?
I opened that door. I opened that door. But no,
Not a door. I mean, I guess technically, but
window, what have you. It parted.
listen. What happens in Vegas? I guess.
Does not actually sometimes stay there.
No,
No, I'm not going to turn off the chat, but yeah.
no. Listen, this is something that Drew and I talked a little bit about this. I know that I'm still relatively new to the nest and everything, but I've literally known Drew since he started in wrestling, and like me going through kicking out of my gimmick last year and being back, and one of the things I told myself is I miss wrestling, and I want to make sure that while I still got a chance, I do as much as I can
Yeah.
still with this business. So thank you guys for welcoming me into the nest. And then obviously I was smart enough right away as an old school brother to just jump right onto Ashley's coattails and ride her to all of the success. Not pause.
Words, man. Pause. Words on a Friday.
Ashley will ride me, pause, to
words on a Friday.
A level of success that as this show climaxes, we're going to.
Yeah, we're going to be a good combination because, yeah.
On that note, we'll call it for the day, guys. What's that?
What are we talking about now?
I blacked out 20 minutes ago. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I had a better idea here, but no, seriously, Nest, please continue to give us your feedback and support. Please share the show as soon as we kind of flesh this out. Like you guys said, not a bad hang on a Friday night. So yeah, JCW for sure. Somebody make that happen. If the boys are going to be there, like let's get a section. Let's make some news. Let's make some headlines for the boys.
We need to find out what the schedule is, guys. So if you could, just you don't have to tell everyone. If you just want to, tell us.
Dave, it's a 2 out of 3 falls climax, sir. You gotta.
Oh, thank you for answering that. No, but you guys seriously, you don't have to tell the chat. But if you want to tell us what's going on April 17th. I'm just saying, we'll be there. I don't know about the chat, but we'll be there.
We'll figure it out. It's one of the things that let's get back to the nest, get back to the safety and comfort of the nest. Let's definitely talk about that, guys. WrestleMania week is going to be amazing. I'll be out there, I think, a little bit longer. I'm still working out some details. I've got a lot of travel in the next couple weeks here, and I'm still trying to hook up with the boys. I'm still excited to try to put over CJ early in his career, just so we've got better stories about that stuff too. So I'll be down in hot Atlanta for the next few weeks, I think.
I want to hear how the match went. I want someone to give us like a
feedback. Seems like look, Dave was there. I think a couple other people were there, and they said he did great. So I'm excited to
drop some knowledge to your girl. Links in the bio. Tell me what I missed. Just saying.
Yeah, like, subscribe, all that stuff, guys. And again, please, this is your show. Like I got here. I came up with this idea just talking to Drew before I even joined the Falcons Nest, because he puts you guys over so much about how fun and supportive the crew was. I thought it was a great opportunity for us to expand and show the world what being a good brother is really all about. So let's keep that vibe going.
On, CJ didn't look like his first match. I love to hear that. That's awesome. Right on.
I'm excited to see it. I mean,
that's awesome.
And then we could discuss how the wrestling business has changed as far as that kind of paying your dues and that end of it. But like, gosh, I remember being a tackling dummy for about the first 18 months of my wrestling career before they let you do anything. Very Japanese style, very young boy style, very, you know what I mean? Like old school, but that's what you get for riding around with a bunch of Samoans. So,
I mean, hey, you learned something, you paid your dues, and I want to hear those stories. Those are the kinds of things that I want to like on here too. Like,
listen, I tell people, ask me how long I've been in the wrestling business. I say that I have been training for 27 years and counting. So I will continue to train because I don't
Practice.
believe that ever ends. All right.
Yes.
My name is Spiffy Sean Styles. I am the last of the old school. That is the unicorn of the Falcons Nest. That's my friend Ashley, everybody. Please like, subscribe, spread the word, spread the good vibes, and we'll see you guys. We'll figure out Vegas, and we'll do this again sometime in the next week, probably. All right.
Bye, babies.
Good talk. See you guys out there.